Giulio Regeni, Italian pronunciation. Modifier letter vertical line D, Latin small letter S U, modifier letter triangular colon Gil re, modifier letter vertical line D, Latin small letter S, Latin small letter open A, modifier letter triangular colon Ni. The 15th of January 1988, the 25th of January 2016 was an Italian Cambridge University graduate who was abducted and tortured to death in Egypt. Regeni was a PhD student at Girton College, Cambridge, researching Egypt's independent trade unions, as well as a former employee of the international consulting firm Oxford Analytica. He grew up in Fiumicello, a former commune, now Fiumicello Villa Vicentina, in the province of Udine in northeastern Italy. Discovery of the body. Regeni's mutilated and half-naked corpse was found in a ditch alongside the Cairo-Alexandria highway on the outskirts of Cairo on February 3, 2016. His recovered body showed signs of extreme torture, contusions and abrasions all over from a severe beating, extensive bruising from kicks, punches, and assault with a stick, more than 24 bone fractures, among them 7 broken ribs, all fingers and toes, as well as legs, arms, and shoulder blades, multiple stab wounds on the body including the soles of the feet, possibly from an ice pick or awl-like instrument, numerous cuts over the entire body made with a sharp instrument suspected to be a razor, extensive cigarette burns, a larger burn mark between the shoulder blades made with a hard and hot object, a brain hemorrhage, and a broken cervical vertebrae, which ultimately caused death. Investigations. Italian and Egyptian officials conducted separate autopsies on Regeni's corpse, with an Egyptian forensic official reporting on March 1, 2016, that he was interrogated and tortured for up to 7 days at intervals of 10–14 hours before he was finally killed. The Egyptian autopsy findings have still not been made public. A 300-page report of the Italian autopsy findings has been handed over to the public prosecutor's office in Rome and denies earlier reports of signs of electric shocks administered to Regeni's genitals. On March 24, 2016, Egyptian police killed in a shootout 4 men who were allegedly responsible for kidnapping Regeni. According to a Facebook post from the official page of the Ministry of the Interior, the gang specialized in kidnapping foreigners and stealing their money. In a raid on the flat of one of the gang members, the Egyptian police claimed they found various items that belonged to Regeni, including his passport and student photo IDs. However, witnesses told Declan Welsh and other journalists that the gang members had been executed, not shot while riding in the van. One was shot as he ran, his corpse later positioned inside the van. Their link to Regeni was also suspect. Italian investigators used phone records to show that the supposed gang leader, Tarek Abdel Fattah, was 60 miles north of Cairo the day he supposedly kidnapped Regeni, according to Declan Welsh. The New Cairo prosecutor's office later denied that the criminal gang was involved in his murder. Regeni's passport and the other documents were handed over to Italian prosecutors on November 1, same year, during a positive meeting in Cairo. On June 8, 2016, Italian news agency ANSA reported that Regeni's tutors at Cambridge University had declined to collaborate with the inquest into his murder, to the disappointment of investigators and Regeni's family. This had been anticipated by coverage in the Italian weekly L'Espresso on June 7, 2016, which reported that Regeni's tutor Maha Abdelrahman had followed advice from university lawyers not to collaborate with the inquest. The University of Cambridge strongly rejected the claims in a statement released to Varsity, the Cambridge student newspaper. Despite commitment on behalf of Cambridge University, as of early December 2017, British authorities had denied requests by the Italian prosecutors concerning the interrogation of specific individuals in Britain. On a similar note, Abdelrahman had refused to speak to the Italian prosecutor. Such British inaction in the aftermath of the incident would be later described by Cambridge MP Daniel Zeichner as lack of tenacity. Following the controversy that played out in the media, Abdulrahman eventually accepted to be questioned by Italian authorities and received praises from the Italian Minister of Foreign Affairs for having chosen to cooperate. Accusations against the Egyptian government due to Regeni's research activities and left-wing political leanings. The Egyptian police is strongly suspected of involvement in his murder in Egypt, although Egypt's media and government deny this, alleging secret undercover agents belonging to the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt carried out the crime in order to embarrass the Egyptian government and destabilize relations between Italy and Egypt. On April 21, 2016, Reuters reported 3 Egyptian intelligence officials and 3 police sources independently claiming Regeni was in police custody at some time before his death. According to these sources, he was picked up by plainclothes police officers near Gamal Abdel Nasser metro station together with another Egyptian man on the evening of January 25. Both men were then taken in a white minibus with police license plates to Izbekuya police station in downtown Cairo. Shadowing foreigners were later dismissed by a Homeland Security official and the Interior Ministry as day-to-day work bearing no implications, and Egyptian General Prosecutor Nabil Sadek confirmed that Cairo police had received a report on Giulio Regeni on January 7, 2016, and that the Egyptian National Security Agency had been monitoring Regeni. On December 7, 2016, a joint statement of Egyptian and Italian prosecutors, released following a 2-day summit in Rome, stated that Egyptian prosecutors had questioned the policemen who investigated Regeni's death in January, as well as those who killed the 4 gang members in March. On August 15, 2017, journalist Declan Walsh collected in a New York Times article the statement of an anonymous Obama administration official who revealed that, in the weeks after Regeni's death, the United States acquired explosive proof that Egyptian security officials had abducted, tortured and killed Regeni and that Egypt's leadership was fully aware of the death circumstances. Walsh writes that Italian investigators working in Egypt were hindered at every turn. Witnesses appeared to have been coached. Surveillance footage from the subway station near Regeni's apartment had been deleted. Requests for metadata from millions of phone calls were refused on the grounds that it would compromise the constitutional rights of Egyptian citizens. After the article, the Italian government denied that the Americans provided any actionable proof. AISE told the hint from the USA was of little benefit, since it came when the autopsy and investigation had already persuaded Italian investigators of Egypt's involvement, and Americans refused to reveal anything more specific, like names of involved people or institutions. On December 21, 2017, the Italian investigators led by Giuseppe Pignatone flew to Cairo to meet the Egyptian prosecutor Nabil Sadek and his team. The Egyptian team submitted new reports, including the progress on the recovery of surveillance cameras footage. The Italians had carefully examined and cross-linked all the evidence available to them until then, and provided a detailed explanation for the facts. For kidnapping, they reiterated and pinpointed the allegations against Major Magdi Ibrahim Abdel al-Sharif, Captain Hossein Helmi, and 3 other people of Egyptian National Security Agency. For red herring, which included the killings on March 24, 2016, they blamed Captain Mahmoud Hundi and other people of the local police. A witness spoke in May 2019 and said that he was in a cafe in the capital of Kenya, Nairobi in August 2017, where he heard Egyptian officials discussing the Italian guy case. After spying on an exchange of business cards, he heard that the officer who claimed to have been personally involved in the kidnapping and death of Giulio Regeni was, in fact, Major Magdi Ibrahim Abdel al-Sharif, 35 years old. According to the eyewitness account, they believed Regeni was a British spy and that the officer said he had to hit and slap Regeni after loading him into the police van. The Italian investigators listened to the witness and credited his reconstruction of the events with some reliability. In fact, the major was already among the suspects. Reactions of the international community. The gruesome torture and murder of Giulio Regeni sparked global outrage, with more than 4,600 academics signing a petition calling for an investigation into his death and into the many disappearances that take place in Egypt each month, while on February 24, 2016, Amnesty International Italy launched a campaign, Verità per Giulio Regeni, Truth about Giulio Regeni. UK Parliament petition number 120,832 was created by Hannah Wadilov, a former Giulio Regeni's colleague at Oxford Analytica, in February 2016. UK involvement was solicited on the rationale that freedom of thought, expression, and press are not meaningful if they cannot be backed by freedom of research. Hence active steps were expected from the UK in order to protect operations carried out by personnel belonging to its universities. The petition reached 10,000 signatures next April. The Parliament renewed their offer of assistance. An online petition was also started on change.org that received more than 100,000 signatures. On April 14, 2016, The New York Times, with an editorial, attacked France harshly, calling it shameful. The silence in the face of Italy's request to put pressure on Egypt. On March 10, 2016, the European Parliament in Strasbourg passed a motion for a resolution condemning the torture and killing of Giulio Regeni and the ongoing human rights abuses of the Al-Sisi government in Egypt. The resolution was passed with an overwhelming majority. In April 2016, Italy recalled its ambassador to Egypt due to a lack of cooperation during the investigation from the Egyptian authorities. In May 2016, Italian weekly magazine L'Espresso set up a secure platform based on GlobalLeaks technology to collect testimonials about torture and human rights abuse from Egyptian whistleblowers, and to seek justice for Giulio Regeni and for every Regeni in Egypt. On January 25, 2017, first anniversary of his disappearance, thousands of people gathered to remember Giulio Regeni in Rome, Milan, Fiumicino, and other Italian towns. On the 1st of May 2017, Pope Francis confirmed that the Vatican is taking steps to investigate the situation. The Holy See has taken some steps. I will not say how or where, but we have taken some steps. Since in 2016 Al-Sisi had promised Giulio's parents his personal involvement to establish the truth on the murder of their son, 3 years after, Paola and Claudio Regeni published a hard reply. "We cannot be satisfied by your condolences anymore, nor by your failed promises," they said. See also Academic freedom in the Middle East. Ibrahim Metwali List of solved missing persons cases. List of unsolved murders. References. Bibliography. Antonella Beccaria, Gigi Marcucci, 2016. Mora al Cairo. I Misteri del Huccis Ione di Giulio Regeni. Castelvecchi. ISBN 9788869446528. Lorenzo Daklich, 2016. Giulio Regeni, Le Verità Ignorate. La dittatura di Al-Sisi I rapporti tra Italia ed Egitto. Edizioni Allegri. ISBN 9788898841455. Filmography. Carlo Bonini, Giuliano Foschini, 2017. Navgiorni al Cairo. Tortura e omicidio di Giulio Regeni. 9 Days at Cairo. Torture and Murder of Giulio Regeni, web series, in Italian. La Repubblica. Retrieved April 13, 2017. External links. Amnesty International Italy, ed. The 19th of February 2016. Campaign, Truth about Giulio Regeni. Archived from the original on the 4th of April 2016. Retrieved April 7, 2016.